Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views, influences, interest on YouTube.
Hey, what's going on? This is Influence, and today I have a mainline review for you. This is Point Blank and Peacemaker, of course. Now, I saw this in Target over the weekend and I decided to pick it up. I do need a point blank masterpiece. However, I just was intrigued by it. I didn't really like the way it looked when I saw it. I don't really like the way it looks now, but it's not a terrible figure. I do like the car and I like the transformation. Transformation is pretty fun and can't say intuitive, but there are some things that you can tell what's supposed to be going on when you're transforming it. All right, so let's get to it. There's not many accessories to speak of. You have the Target Master, Peacemaker. So you just fold that gun up, fold his legs up, and that's it. You see his face. It is painted pretty nicely compared to some of the other Target Masters. Got some little stripes there. It doesn't have any articulation, which I hate. I wish they would have gave these guys a little bit of articulation at least. Little hollow in there. And mainline mini fig. We got the directions. Directions was fine. I did use them. And you got the box, which is just a normal box. Got some nice artwork. Got some real shots. Got some artwork. And the front. Yeah, let's get an up close shot on his face sculpt. Face sculpt is fine. This doesn't move. I don't know why I was trying to move it. But yeah, face sculpt is fine. Back is pretty clean. Big old hollow parts in here, of course. Hollow up in here for transformation. But yeah, pretty nice. Does have the gimmick of storing this guy. He can store a number of places. You can have him like that, or you can store it like that, which is more how I would store it, and then put that down. And you have storage on the robot if he doesn't want to hold him. Other mainline figs here. We got Studio Series Hot Rod, and we got a Junkion here. So you see how he compares to them. Let's get into articulation. So his head moves slightly up, slightly down, not much. A little side to side, not much. Again, it does do the 360. I think it's how the head's constructed. It's on a ball joint, but it's close to this, so it's not moving as much as it can. You got the arms. They move around 360. They go up right here and then up on this joint here. This joint goes back and forth in case you need it. I already showed the spinning. Elbow is limited because of all this right here. This piece, it stops. It hits this tire. You do have bicep swivel. Bicep swivels in effect. Hands, of course, fixed. And they can, do they move? I thought they move. No, they don't move unless they're tight. Yeah, I don't think they move around. So it's just a fixed. You see this one sometimes. Yeah, I don't think they move. So don't move on the hands. Waist, you can get all the way around. No ab crunch. Do the full splits and the full hurdles. That's good. Has a thigh swivel up here. Knees go all the way up due to the really transformation and also the hollowness in there. So you get the knee all the way up. Feet, you got a toe down due to transformation, but you can use it. There's no real heel spur, and you got the rocker that's all the way. And there's no other movement on the toe. So let's get this into vehicle mode. First, I spin this around. I always forget to do so. Then pull this out here, put the head in, this back up, and move this up here like that. Now you move these down like this, and then you get these situated. So these are going to go, this part is going to go up in here. So you got to move this how you can get it up in there. Once you get it up in there, you got to move this, maybe move it now. You see how that moves? Move that like this. And it has to be straight. Like you have to get the arm all the way. There we go. Like that. And then you kind of move this up in here. Because then once you get it up, there we go. There we go. Have it in this position and move it like that, because then you can move this up and around, and then it'll fit like that. Same thing over here. Like I said, you got to have this in a position. You can move it like that, and then move this up and around. And there we go. Now you move this up and it plugs into each other there. I can't really get this gap out the way. I'm not sure why, but I guess that's a mini complaint. Then you can lift this up. Now these feet, you're gonna have to move these things. These things go like this, but then they fit under here. That little tab fits in that groove. Same thing over here. They will fall off the ball joint sometimes, so I mean, is what it is. But then you move this up here and move this down. Now this little tab hole right there will tab into that thing that you moved. You gotta try to get it situated. It's kind of hard to get, so you kind of get them situated together, and then move this down and tab it in here. I kind of hold it, tab it in, and then push it up. Then you do the same thing over here. Do a little quicker so you can kind of see, kind of move that in order to get this around. Great. Found it. So now that it's where it needs to be, you can push this down and peg it into there. And then push this down here. And here we go. The car. And I quite like this car mode. I like the way it looks. I'll probably keep it in the car mode. Then in car mode, you can bring this in. There's two pegs right here that can peg on either side. And it kind of sits back there like this, which I like. I kind of like the way that looks. It's not bad. Or if you want, you can peg it over here on the side. That looks worse to me. Or you can move this gun up like this and peg it like that, which, I mean, it's all right. Can't put it in the cockpit, of course, but you can open it up if you want to have it look like it's opening. So you can open that up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Put that there. Wheels rolled, plastic, not rubber, but then super easy to go backwards. Kind of make sure these don't hit anything. They're the most not hardest part, but it is kind of hard. So these go like back here. You can just leave them how it is for now. Get that off there. You gotta kind of move that leg out a little bit because there's a little piece here that has to get past. So then move this down here and figure it out. You can figure it out later because you're gonna have to move all this stuff anyway. Then I move the legs around. And you can untab these. Untab these. So move that down so you can get these out. And move these back. Pull this out. Pull the head out. 2 holes, 2 pegs. Gotta try to get it. There we go. These kind of fell where they should be. Then you want to get the arms. Spin the arms around. Try to get them the best you can. There you go. And spin them to the front. And again over here. You do it this way because it's easier to see. There we go. Put his gun in his hand if you would like. Make sure that's down. And back to robot mode. Alright, so if you enjoyed this review, let me know and I will get up with you in another one.
You know, life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.